Hello, everyone. This is Duran's Healing, and welcome to tonight's Healing Circle. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel where I provide weekly energetic updates for the collective. And I can see that there's a lot of new people here on my channel, so I would like to give a brief description of who I am and what this channel has to offer. I am Duran's Healing, and I provide cowrie divination readings. I read from a collection of stones, crystals, and other assortments of items in conjunction with the elements, the fire, the water, the earth, the mineral, and nature. And with that being said, I typically have my readings on Mondays and Saturdays. However, I try not to hold myself too close to the fire in regards of timing and scheduling. If the energy calls and the spirit aligns, I will do so. And I created this channel so that I could have a safe space for other healers, diviners, empath, or spiritual beings who are on their spiritual journey to be able to hear the higher messages from the other side in regards to current energy updates, current statuses, or in-depth readings beyond the physical. And this has been a beautiful journey. And one way that you can contribute your energy is by liking, sharing the video, commenting below, whether it's just emojis, whether it's just some version of words to let me know that your presence or that this message is resonating with you at this particular time. The blazing fire is burning bright, and I'm so grateful for you all for joining me in the healing circle. And with that being said, let's get right into the messages. And the message that's speaking the loudest is coming from your ancestors, your spirit guides, or your spirit team, which says that it's time for you to come home. And I can process this message in many different ways. On one level, I can see this being your actual physical home, going back to the place of your birth. I'm not particularly sure why they're telling you that this is needed. Hopefully it will reveal itself later down the road. But the need for you to be at home amongst the energy from the place that you were born is ringing very loudly here. Because it offers some degree of clarity when you go home, registering you back to the place of your birth with the frequency and the energy that you came in on this planet. And on the second level, I can see this has to do with a more internal process. You coming back to yourself. You cementing your spirit back into your body. Coming back to the frequency that you carry. There are other things that I'm picking up on about you being outside of yourself for far too long, for many days or many months. However the time span is presenting in your world, is being presented to me that you've been away from yourself for too long and it's time to reel it back in. And on the third level that I'm seeing this message on is that you need to go out into the earth. You need to commemorate or honor the Mother Earth, however that looks for you. This could be anything from you connecting with the soil by planting a plant, you being around soil at a very grounded level, you taking off your shoes. There's so many sorts of ways that you can connect with the earth. And the earth is calling your energy, calling for you to show up and be present. A part of all these messages have to do with clarity, coming to terms with the fact that you need to see very clearly about where you belong, affirming your sense of identity, reaffirming your place here on this planet. A large message surrounding belonging. And it's easy to get lost in the spaciness of the spiritual journey because there's so many energies that can pull on your spirit. Calling your attention here, calling your attention there, calling your attention in so many places, stretching you thin, pulling you away from why you're here, pulling you away from your true purpose and who you really are. And once you do either 1, 2, 3 of the things that I suggested, once you take that actionable step, you will realize that the intimate relationships that you have cultivated at this present time serves a very key purpose. They're here for a reason. Some of these intimate relationships that you have cultivated may be new. They may be fresh. Some of these intimate relationships may have a long-standing history in them. But regardless of the time, what I can see here is that once you do these steps, you will begin to see why you're connected to the people you're connected to. These are the people that are in your close circle. You may not be a person that, invest in the quantity side of having a lot of friends and a lot of associates. But what's here speaking very loudly to me is that you have a very close-knit circle that you hold dear to your heart. And these people are serving a very key role that you may not have opened your eye to. These relationships has value. They have purpose. They have meaning. And unbeknownst to you, they have a financial component to it, meaning that there may be a possibility of business opportunity here presenting themselves. On one end, the way these shells are falling, on one end I can see that some of these people in your intimate or close circle connect with you on a much more deeper level, on a spiritual level, allows you to be your full self, your otherworldly self, without question, without you having to fit in or be a socialite, without you having to put on your best dress and your best suit to be proper and to be diplomatic as if you're a professional. No, these relationships allow you to be free and your full self, and they love you as is. And on the other end, you may be still cultivating some people that you're close to, working your relationship around, what I can see here, the other side of this intimate relationships are people that are helping you heal, helping you wash away certain perspectives you had in regards to relationship. What I can also see here is that the higher relationship that you have with the element of water is very intimate, it's very deep, and you're riding on the current of the waters. And there is a high tide coming, washing you down, taking you deep within the ocean shores, revealing to you the depth of your spirit, the depth of your capacity to be able to ride whatever comes your way, revealing your mysterious style, revealing your fortitude, revealing your tenacity to take on the powerful elements and all the frequencies and the high tides that come along with it. Also highlighting your capacity to move through the energetic frequencies of the human spirit. Should I say human spirits? Because people come with very high emotions, high energy, some higher than others. And being that you're a healer, being that you provide healings, you feel all these waves coming in from all sorts of people, revealing the tough question, how do you do it? How do you have the energetic threshold to be able to take on such challenge? And it has to do with the fact that you listen. You listen to the higher callings, embodying the very frequency of water. And the wisdom that comes along with that. The wisdom that you carry is very deep, is very fluid, is very flexible, very transformative. You're able to navigate yourself through all these different people's energies and wavelengths, reflecting back to you the very craziness of your spirit, the very otherworldly part of yourself that can handle whatever comes to you. You have to be crazy to do something like this, to handle something like this. Lending its way to your power. Lending its way to your power. Because your power lands in the water, meaning that you get fueled by the rising tides. You get fueled by the changes and the rifts of the unknown. And it has to do with the fact that you embrace this spiritual journey as your personal journey. You no longer desire to live a very frugal life. You don't desire to live in normalcy. You desire to live in the world of the spirit. You desire to live in connection with the frequency of the energies of this planet. And change is at the base. Change is at the core of it all. Knowing that there is a higher consciousness that's moving, creating profound waves, creating profound tsunamis. And you're riding the current of it all because your doll representing you is face down. And at the forefront of it all, at the cornerstone of your mind, is reminding you that you're on a spiritual journey no matter how tough life get. You chose this path. You chose this road because you knew it was in your benefit. And in the palm of your hands is what's allowing you to hold strong in the midst of it all. In your right hand is the nature stone, which keeps you grounded in change. You're not a person that don't understand change. You know that it's a part of life. And your flexibility and your ability to maneuver through change and transition is quite profound. You trigger the minds of people who are rigid, or of people who are stuck in keeping things the same on a constant cycle and in order as if they're a machine. You don't understand them and they don't understand you. But you thrive in it. You thrive in change because you know that it gives you authenticity. It gives you a deeper connection with the frequency of this planet. You're in alignment. You're on the right path and you know it. Though the roads get heavy, though the waves get hard and high and harsh, you don't let it scare you. You don't let it make you quit and waver in your commitment to your higher path. On the other hand, in your left palm is the brilliant stone, which lets me know that what keeps you connected is your northern star. Even a ship lost at sea follows the stars so that it knows where it's going, no matter how lost it may appear. The stars are its guiding force, or the stars is its guiding force. The stars is the navigation system guiding this ship in its appropriate place. So even though the waves are rocking you, even though you're down to your last dollar, not knowing how you're going to make ends meet, you can look up because of your alignment, because you know you are connected to a much more spiritual journey on a higher path. You know that there are a plethora of elements here at your disposal to guide you in the right place, giving you a sense of protection because you were strong enough, courageous enough to keep going, even lost at sea, giving you a sense of protection by the waters, protection by the depths of this earth, because you were strong enough to take on this challenge. But as you shift, or as I shift through the shells, I can see the obstacle stone here along your spiritual journey at your forefront, at your frontal lobe. And for those of you who are new here, we, as in the collective, we love when the obstacle stone presents itself because it always stops the flow of the reading. We're always excited about the obstacle stone, and it is presenting itself. And the obstacle stones, for those of you who are new here, represents the challenges, the obstacles that riddle our path. We're not empty of this. No matter how spiritual you are, no matter how elevated you are, we all face obstacles. And the stone shows up in the spread, revealing to us where our obstacle is for us. And it typically stops or shifts our energy because it needs to be recognized. And as I was flowing through this energy, I was stopped, of course, by the obstacle stone. And I will pull some clarifiers to see what is stopping you on your spiritual journey, because the obstacle stone is next to your personal healing journey or your spiritual healing journey. What is this obstacle about in reference to the collective's personal healing journey? Give me 1 second, guys. The cards are bending. Okay. The cards that came out in regards to this obstacle is no separation, open-hearted, and create silence. What I'm gathering here, what I'm downloading here in regards to your obstacle that you may be currently facing is your strength to say no. You're allowing yourself to go through the hard part. You're allowing yourself to go through the tough challenges because you know it's for your benefit. You know it's breaking open your spirit in ways that it has not done before. If you stay in comfort, if you stay in places that you know and are familiar with, how will you grow? How will you expand? How will you progress? And you realize that on your spiritual journey, this wave is getting very difficult. However, you're not allowing it to turn you back, turn you away, and throw away all that you've gained, all that you've aspired for. You're now understanding why this is creating separation for you, or that this is creating a degree of separation for you, sending you on a new level that those around you may not understand. You're creating silence at this moment. People may be calling you, trying to get in contact with you, trying to reach out to you, to connect with you. However, this is a very critical time for you to get all that you need to get, to gain all that you need to gain so that your spirit can expand. You know, no human being can expand you this way. You know, it requires a higher energy, a higher path to break you open in this way. And you recognize this, and you're allowing your energy to go with the flow. You have no time for small talk. You have no time for the shallow parts of the ocean. You're knee deep now. You're waist deep in it. And it's breaking open your heart, calling you to realize certain spaces where your heart may have been a little too soft, a little too open, realizing areas in yourself where you didn't have proper boundaries, where you weren't strong enough to say no to people, pushing you in positions that you look back on and ask yourself, why did I do that? All this that you're experiencing in terms of your obstacle is forcing you to reevaluate yourself, because you're going to need to be stronger. Your heart is going to need to be a little bit more courageous. and closed off to certain energies in order for you to stay on a certain level, to not break you down and causing you to be in a lower frequency and a low energy. It's about protecting yourself. And somehow you didn't get the message before. Somehow your heart was just a little bit too open to darkness, a little bit too open to being manipulated, to be used, to be taken advantage of. In order for you to reach the next steps or to reach the next level of your journey, this must be worked through. And once you work through this, of course, people may call you mean, and people may say you've changed and you're being different, and oh, you don't talk to me anymore. Whatever narrative that people may create around you, try not to worry too much about that. That is what have gotten you in the position that you were in before. This is what they're helping you break down. This is what barrier you need to overcome so that you can reach a new home, a new sense of belonging for yourself, a new identity for what you're becoming. Period. Wow. Very powerful messages, you guys. This was very rich. Very rich. And for those of you who are new here, what I typically do is I receive a message for the first half of the reading, and then I would shift the energy to see what other messages the higher energy would like for me to share with you all. And if you're still here in tonight's healing circle with me, please be sure to like, subscribe, or share this video, or comment below to let me know that you're present. Comment to let me know how these messages are showing up in your world. And with that being said, I will attempt to shift the energy to see what other messages the higher energy would like for me to share with you all. I'm being as descriptive as I can regarding the shells this go around, because I do realize and recognize there are new people joining us. And on my spread, I have 2 ancestors or spirit guide shells that I hone in on, because they are the ones that are pulling in the messages, or whatever stones that speak the loudest I typically start from. However, the second message, or where I'm segueing into, is the second message that is coming from your spirit guides or your spirit team that is speaking very loudly or has caught my attention. And what they're saying to me is that they want you to know that you are supported, that they're there for you, that they're backing you. And though the road is getting heavy and you're in the thick of it, the messages and the download and the knowledge that you are receiving is from them, because they are devoted to you and you are devoted to them. And they're making note of your genius, your level of intellect. There is a scientist that is within you that is ready to be born. And it will soon reach this planet. And it will be like nothing that anyone has ever heard before or anyone has ever felt before. They're saying it's from them. It's from the other side. And it's what you have inherited by way of them. It's your birthright to be able to be otherworldly, to be different. You're different. And you're not meant to fit in. And they're making note of this, of the uniqueness of your frequency. You may not know or may not have known why before. But what they're saying is that you will soon know. Not only you, the world will soon know the genius of our legacy, the genius of our energy. And you are the conduit. You are next up. And they're passing the baton to you. This is why change is in your world. This is why they're constantly bringing change to you, not letting you sleep. Bringing these waves in so that you can be constantly reminded of your mission. Not getting caught up in the mundane world, not getting caught up in the status quo and the social side of things so that you can be in proper place, in proper order. You're unsocializable. And a part of that is to nurture the gifts that is coming down to you from the other side. Coming down to you as a part of your inheritance package. This is a spiritual gift, and I can see that because your personal medicine is here. And I know we're going way past our marker, but I would like to see what this personal gift is about. What are you inheriting, or what is this world about to see in terms of your otherworldly gifts? What is the collective hoarding from their spiritual team that the world will soon see? Give me 1 second, guys. Avoidance, mentor, way, one more. The cards that came out is feel your way through it, hard to crack, and travel. Very interesting. Your spiritual gifts has to do with the fact that you have the capacity and the ability to travel, time travel, astral project. Ooh, this is getting very spiritual. It's getting very eclectic. We're getting deep now. A lot of times this shows up in just conversations or things you read about, astral projecting, astral traveling, but this is something you actually do. It may be when you're sleeping at night and you wake up feeling a new energy, feeling called to do something different, feeling called to take a different change or take a different course of action. And it keeps ringing and ringing in your spirit. And somehow, even though you may avoid it and try to keep going on with your day, somehow you keep being brought back to it in very unique and very eclectic ways. Because you find you're the type of person that feels your way through things. And it's hard to neglect something this powerful. You will be lying to yourself if you avoid or ignore this type of energy, ignore this type of calling, ignore this type of message. And this does impact your energy. It does. It changes you because it's so potent and the frequency is so high that it has a way of shifting your energy. You're definitely the person that people can't figure out. People often wonder about you. They say that you're hard to crack. They can't crack your code. And the reason why is because you're spiritually coded by the other world. And unless this person, unless these people are on this energetic frequency, they will never be able to crack you. They will never be able to figure out the codes to unlock the spiritual side of you. The only way they can access you is through mentorship. The only way they can access you is through teaching, is through educating them, training them how to treat you. Because you are of a highly powerful energy source that refuses to lower itself for lower level energies, for lower level things like, you know what I'm speaking of. People must elevate to you. You will not reduce yourself to them. And if you have, no more. Because this medicine must come out and your energy must stay at a high vibration in order for this knowledge to be able to pass through you and to reach the planet, to reach this realm. Period. Wow, you guys, I'm going to have to cut this off because I'm going to talk to you for the next day, the next 2 days if I keep reading these shows. These energies are moving through me. Your ancestors, your spirit guides are all trying to pull messages to me. I'm going to take this time to close out this healing circle. I hope these messages have resonated with you. And if you stayed this far, please be sure to like, share, comment below of how these messages are showing up in your world. That being said, I'm going to close out tonight's healing circle, and I will see you all at the next